Howdy, boys, girls, cats, and squirrels, so close,
Can't even do my own freaking intro.
Howdy, boys, girls, cats, and squirrels, so close, so remember the YouTube channel. So today we're going to be reacting to extreme wokeness in Apex Legends proves SJW's wrong about gamers. This whole title just screams an outcry, and I don't even want to know what the comment section looks like in this video. But I heard about this. I kind of saved it for a while. I wanted to watch it, but I figured let's react to it and see what Apex Legends is really proving here. I just... In my mind, I thought they were just creating a game that was supposed to be fun. Isn't that what games are in general? But I guess there's a hidden meaning behind Apex Legends, and this guy's about to uncover it.
Well, this video is probably going to get me blacklisted from the entire games industry, but who would want to be a part of that mess anyway?
Fair enough.
Apex Legends is off to a meteoric rise, reaching tens of millions of players likely by the end of February. It is by all measurements a resounding success for Respawn and EA. This video is not about the game at all.
What's this aspect ratio? Sorry.
In fact, I've done an entire review of Apex Legends, and I'm going to leave it in the pinned comment below. I think it is a fair, unbiased review, and that review of the game and its gameplay had nothing to do with this. Separating, politics from video games is actually not that hard. But we have Apex Legends being awarded by me the wokest video game of all time. That's right, 25% of the roster is LGBTQ, and the games activist community loves that fact, and they are using it to market. And I have a lot of thoughts on this whole situation, on how the games industry abuses fake wokeness to get free clicks.
Oh my god, there's like a few words that just make me cringe. Woke is in top 10 words that just make me roll my eyes.
And they don't really care about inclusion at all. They care about getting free clicks. Apex Legends having this overrepresentation, and that's exactly what it is, of an LGBT community is about clicks. It is not about inclusion. That's all a facade. Representation in video games is irrelevant. It doesn't really sell copies. It sells tweets. It's a marketing tactic. If we look at the nitty gritty, if you want me to get real here on a Friday, I don't think that it was a mistake that when you look at the Legends roster and you have a non-binary character, a gay Pacific Islander, a black female with pink hair, a robot that's agender or something like that. You have a female and another female. And you have, again, just going to put this out there, the only outwardly straight white male being fat and bearded, also behind a paywall. I'm just saying that the only kind of traditionally built characters are both behind a
Oh my, I've never... This is like such a shock because I never thought that ever in this whole game. What? Dude, I thought I was just playing a good Battle Royale game. I don't understand this. This is crazy to me. I never would have looked this deep into a video game like this. Damn, it's like an ogre. It's got layers, man.
Paywall. That is genius. Because if you allow me to put my woke hat on, and I don't think like this, so I'm going to do the best that I can. Given when I play this game, I generally play Bloodhound or Wraith or Pathfinder. It really just depends how I'm feeling that day. I don't care. Is there some enormously small percentage of people that care about looking like their video game character? There must be. I've had people write me lengthy emails about how representation in video games is a big deal to them. So I don't want to
Okay, that makes sense. I don't know. I guess I never really thought about that.
Discount that, but to be clear, it is an extraordinarily small percentage of people. But if representation matters, if people really did care about that, then why do you think they would put the most common body type behind a paywall? If people want to play a character that looks like them, don't you think it's awfully coincidental that they put these characters behind a paywall? Just saying. And that is, of course...
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's any positive or negative for any of these characters in this game. Every legend is balanced, in my opinion. The fact that those two are behind a paywall probably has something to do with EA and being like, well, we got to put something into, since this is a free-to-play game, we got to make something unlockable, not just skins and cosmetics. Let's have a couple characters that have unique abilities that, you know, might cater to specific players that want to use them, like Caustic with the traps and Mirage, the fact that he has the decoy ability, and it's a really cool, unique ability that can benefit however the player plays. I don't even feel like watching the rest of this because I don't know what more I'm going to get out of this video, but I don't see it being this deep. I understand that fact that people want to identify with the characters that they play in video games. That's important. Is it so far important that you'd pay money because you are a fat white male that plays video games and you're like, I identify with this character, I must unlock and pay hard-earned money because I look like this guy and I want to be him in the video game? That's stretching it, man. I haven't heard anybody talk about any of this. I can't wait to look at
What
the
I'm going to
comments.
lead into here with a lot of this coverage that, of course, would be predictable and in almost every case gets ratioed. Respawn confirms that 25% of Apex Legends roster is LGBTQ. Whenever I'm interested in whenever a game I'm interested in comes out and the first thing I hear about is the character's sexual orientation, then said interest magically disappears.
Why?
And I don't like that I have to qualify this, but I'm going to, because things I say, and based on the industry, if you speak out against any forced inclusion, it's just, you must hate the gays. Obviously, that's not true. I don't really care that they're in the game. I care that they're being used to pander. All right.
Are they, though? Are they? Or are you just reaching? It's like when video games or movies or television show has an amazing female character that's strong and has all these amazing attributes. Let's pick Alien with Sigourney Weaver. An amazing movie and an amazing female lead that was interesting, written very well, and acted amazing. And the movie was amazing. It doesn't care, like, you shouldn't care about who is the character. You should care if the game is actually good. And that's what Apex Legends is. Like, nobody should care that the LGBT community is represented in this game. It's amazing that it is. Like, every game should have that. But the fact that people are dissecting it in this way, and then some people, like that guy on Twitter, is like, well, the magic disappears if I find out that this is being used to, like, leverage the game. I don't think that the developers thought about all that. I think they thought, hey, we want to represent all gamers. This game doesn't get less magical now that I know that LGBTQ characters make up 25% of the roster. Who cares? I think it's awesome, but it doesn't make me think higher or lower of the game. If the game's shit and it has this great representation of the whole community, the game at the end of the day is shit. If it's a good game, it's a good game. If it's a bad game, it's a bad game. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I love Tomb Raider because I get to play an amazing character that's written very well, and the game mechanics and everything is good. It's a polished game. I like to play Uncharted as well. It's just a guy version of that, but the game is good. I don't care who I am and who I'm playing. That should be what we're talking about, the fact that this game's legends are so balanced. And isn't that how we should just think in general? Everybody's balanced. Everybody's equal. Don't think higher or lower of sexual orientation or someone's race, color. Why do people care so much to talk about this stuff? Holy smokes. It's like, I'm not going to go into a crayon box and pick white. Unless I'm drawing on a black paper, I'm not using white. White is the worst color in the crayon box because of the reason that it doesn't work when you're coloring against usually white paper. It has a purpose, but it's not a good character in the crayon box. Okay, I picked every other color except for white in the crayon box. Does that make me racist to whites? Like, how deep do we need
Let's
to look?
be honest. Apex Legends doesn't have a...
My rage is making me hit play. Watch this. Oh, I don't know how I did it then. It's magic.
Story. The idea that a particular character is gay or not is completely irrelevant.
Thank you.
It is 100% marketing wonk.
Whoa,
it is
I don't know about
100% walking on the LGBT community to sell copies of a game. Is that okay? How come nobody in the woke community ever points this out?
Wait,
You
there's a
never
woke
see a lot
community?
of these
Is there a Reddit? R woke?
blue check marks ever talking about how the LGBT inclusion is just a marketing method these days. Going beyond, all right, if you had 8 characters, again, I don't really...
Can we just say whoever's gameplay this is, and if it's his, this movement is probably the worst thing about this video.
care, but I'm using their inclusion logic the best I can. Having 1 in 6 characters be of this persuasion would be an accurate representation, but they go all the way to 25%. I can't even imagine thinking about, boy, I wonder what Lifeline's up to outside this fictitious character, outside this fictitious game, outside the storyline of the game. The idea that you would be leaking or promoting this type of content about a huge chunk of your roster being gay without actually having to back it with any story mode is obvious gay baiting. I don't know what else you call it. I mean, the thing is, nobody's playing this game because the characters are gay, and nobody's not playing it because of that. And when I say nobody, okay, there might be a few people that are really offended, but there are going to be 20 million players in this game by the end of the year, and really none of them care about this. So let's not give them all this praise. You have websites. Apex Legends is a battle royale from Respawn, but we have good news about the robot. Surprise, it's about his sexuality. Of course. Because that is all these games journalists can write about. I mean, there's nowhere are we talking about, you know, the graphics, the gameplay. And by the way, one of the most underrated soundtracks in these games, I think.
True.
It's about who they are allegedly hooking up with. You have journalism outlets like Kotaku writing, sadly, it's surprising that there are 2 black women in Apex Legends.
What?
2 out of 6. By the way, 3 out of 5 characters that have a...
What the hell? I thought Kotaku was like a legit news source. The hell is that?
gender are female. Just saying. Somehow that hasn't managed to hurt the rapid growth of the game. I thought all gamers were bigots. This Apex Legends success completely smashes any notion that gamers are anything.
Did Overwatch ever get this amount of crap? I don't know. I wonder if Overwatch got this amount of crap, because I didn't see anything about this in Overwatch.
Phobic. Think about that. 10 million players in like 72 hours or something like that. 600, 700,000 concurrent players. None of them care that the overwhelming majority of them are either going to be playing with a woman or a gay man. Imagine that. Where are all the articles talking about the game community embracing a diverse
What
cast
is this
of
gameplay?
characters?
That's the only thing I'm looking at.
It's because we don't care.
True.
The game community doesn't care about this stuff. games journalists, blue check marks who use the gaming community to write about social justice. They are the only ones that really care about this.
Yeah, they only care about them views.
Where are all the articles talking about how inclusive the gaming community is? None, right? Because that would smash their narrative that the gaming community is some sort of disgusting filth fest of unwelcoming people. Let's not let Respawn and other development companies reap all these benefits, because they are just playing the crowd. If they didn't know that all these trash articles about who these fictitious characters are hooking up with in a fictitious world outside of the game wouldn't happen, I'm not sure we'd see this here. They are playing games journalists. So either as a game journalist, you can continue to call gamers unaccepting, or you can write articles praising
Apex Legends is a battle royale from Respawn, and we have good news about the robot.
or welcoming such a diverse cast of legends. You can't have it both ways. I, for one, truly enjoy Apex Legends.
Yeah, people are thinking about the robot sex, let's be real.
My type of game. It isn't a game I will put hundreds of hours into, but it's a game that is similar to Call of Duty, for example, that I'll jump in and jump out when I want to blow off some steam. I prefer story mode. But what this really does is this proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that gamers don't care about their characters' fictitious sexual preferences or orientation.
You got close to the mic for that one. It's true, though.
Consider this me putting Kotaku and Polygon and Rock Paper Shotgun on notice that the gaming community will expect articles retracting all of the horrible things you've said about us. I hope you enjoyed this video.
I don't really care, but yeah, famous last words. For someone who claims they don't care, they care way too much. In the beginning, I didn't exactly know where he was taking this. But by the end, it definitely made sense, his main point, and that is gamers don't care what characters they play in video games. It just frustrates me, and what this guy's point was by the end of it is that these game journalists have this agenda because they want to get people to click on that title. So they make these stories with this crazy clickbait title and try and like pull something from nothing. All right, I'm going to go play some Apex Legends to blow off some steam. I'll see you guys on the next one. Comment down below what you think about all this. Is this something that really doesn't mean anything, or are you guys really distraught about what you've heard and what you've seen today? All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Shake 'em and bake 'em.